Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service. I'm at 6482 West 80th Drive, Unit B. Currently, I'm in the bathroom. We have an exposed clean out to the right of the toilet. And I've cleaned this a couple times. Access is a little tight. I was able to clean it pretty good. We had some roots that I couldn't even get past, so it definitely needed to be cleaned. So right now, we're all the way out to the, we're going to the backyard. Where there's a manhole in the grass down the way. This line is roughly 65.5 feet long, give or take, and we are all the way out, and we're looking at the main line for like the, I don't know if it's the HOA or the city, but it's the main line. Once what we're looking at is not residential. As we pull back up, we do have our residential drain. So we'll go ahead and start coming back, and we'll address what we have going on. This is a vacant home for sale. They told me that the shower backs up, and I ran the shower for like a good 45 minutes during my time cleaning because the water helps me clean the line, and never had a backup, but they said that it had problems in the past. I don't know if the shower itself has a problem. We can't stick the camera down the shower due to the small P-trap, so we can't see the status of the shower, the 2-inch shower drain before it reaches this sewer main. But we do have some issues with the sewer, so that might be the problem. I would love to know if whenever they had backups, whether it's a sewer problem or just the shower. So if they have problems in the future with just the shower, they would want to remove the shower, dig up that 2-inch drain, and fix that. However, there are some issues with the sewer, so it may have been that. So right here, we have some roots. A little bit. I've cut them down to the circumference of the drain. It doesn't look like much separation there. It looks like just root intrusion. No, just kidding. Let me make sure I have this right, because I do have a marked offset at 55 feet. Of course, that might be wrong. No, this is where we're at. So at 50 feet, this is where you have a pretty good offset. Might be worth just to go the extra 5 feet to take care of the little bit of separation with root intrusion. This spot right here, there are some more roots that I would like, but because we have an offset, it's almost impossible, if not impossible, to clean all the roots because we can't get the circumference of the drain very well. I've snaked it 3 times back and forth. I could not get past this, the roots are so thick, so I've definitely got a lot of them out. But that might be our problem. Separation, I have to flush the toilet to get my camera to go back up. So we do have a lip there that things can get caught on, waste and paper, as well as those roots probably grow pretty fast because of that separation. So I marked that. It was giving me 13 feet, but I really think that might be kind of off because in a minute we're going to see another offset, and that offset's 8 feet. So we'll say somewhere between 8 and 13 feet deep in the backyard heading towards the manhole. 5 feet later, there's a very small root intrusion. Might be worth it to take care of that as well. Root intrusion was there too, but I cut that pretty well because it's not offset. That fitting looks good. Now right here, I did mark this. This is the end of the clay, and the so that goes from cast iron to clay right here. We have root intrusion here as well. This is another offset. I was able to clean this one a little better than the one down the way, but same scenario where when you have an offset, it's pretty hard to clean fully. I do want to note that I have to use smaller blades because my access is really tight in this bathroom. If I were to pull the toilet, odds are I'd still have to use the same blades. So it might be advantageous at any of these spots that we fixed outside to put outside cleanouts. That way, in the future, if we had to clean, we could, clean it from outside. It's quicker, it's a little cheaper, and it's definitely more effective. So I marked this as well. This one for sure is 8 feet deep. It is very close to the foundation wall. I have it marked with pictures and videos. It's like a foot offside the foundation wall in the backyard. At 8 feet deep. I'm not sure if I said that. So we have cast iron now. And I do want to note that we do have a belly in the cast. So we're about to see that, and we'll note that in just a second. So right here you have some standing water. And we're going to mark that at the belly, which is the settling of the line. So we might have toilet paper and waste getting caught up here if it's not a good flush. I marked the beginning of this belly around 14 feet, which is right here. It's like basically beneath the wall, separating the hallway and the bedroom in the basement. And then we have some standing water right here. Standing water will cause cast iron to rot out quicker than if there was no if there were no belly. If there was some roots there, I'll flush those out before I leave. So yeah, I got it marked from 14 feet to 26 feet. And the depth is around 1'3" and 1'4". I believe this is to be a vent. I looked for outside risers. I did not see any. We don't have any fixtures over there, so it's kind of odd. We have this, we have a fitting right there. I believe it to be a vent though. So 14 feet to 26 feet for a 12-foot long belly at about 1'3" and 1'4". So that's all we got when it comes to problems with this drain. So we got 12-foot belly inside the bedroom, and we have really 3 offsets. The first one being the cast to clay transition at 28 feet, it's 8 feet deep. Then we have another one at 50 feet, saying 13 feet. It's hard to believe that. And then 5 feet later, we have another one. I'll go ahead and mark that on the pictures as well. The bottom of the cleanout sweep does have a little water, but it's just that sweep. So it might be something to note that the bottom of this cleanout where I'm working at next to the toilet does have some standing water in it. It's very short, but that will one day cause that to rot out as well. It may be worth digging this up right here and fixing that 1 foot right here at the clean out. If there's any other questions, refer to the invoice summary. My name is Caleb. There will be a text version of this job and all the findings and what I did and what I discovered and what I think on the invoice summary, which will be attached to the account. Any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Again, my name is Caleb. Thank you very much for your time.